All right. Hi, everybody. This is a slightly different video than the kind we usually put up.
It's a little different from our usual panning, mining, shooting, bitching about cars.
So, besides being avid outdoorsmen, we are also,
as you can clearly tell from our physique,
avid scholars, and our tomes of choice are comic books. Okay? Lately, we've been seeing all these lists on YouTube. Top 10 strongest, top 5 smartest, blah, blah, blah.
And I saw a couple with him saying, Iron Man, Invincible Iron Man, is better than the God of Thunder.
Yeah. And we're talking about, this happened to be a strength list. So.
True, strength.
We got fed up with that. We got tired of saying how dumb the list was. So we thought we'd give you a correct list.
Bring you the hard, evidence, facts.
So, we are doing, depending on the success of this video, we might do a smartest, fastest, coolest, whatever. Today we're doing strongest because it's the easy one.
It really is.
And we're going to start off.
But before we get to our strongest, we have a couple that we believe we aren't recognizing, but we feel should be mentioned in our honorable mentions.
Yes. So,
to start off the list, we have we have 11. So we're going to start off with 11 being a higher number but having a lower rank. And then we're going to move all the way to the top. And then we're going to start moving on to our strongest. So to start off the list of honorable mentions, we have the Silver Surfer / Thanos. Now, a lot of you guys know Silver Surfer from the Fantastic Four 2 movie, which is crap. It's just not like that. And then you might know Thanos from that Guardians of the Galaxy movie, which is based on a comic book no one's ever heard of. And it's true.
I heard of it.
Okay, aside from us comic geeks who know about it. But if you're a regular Joe or Jane, you don't know who they are. And so, yeah, Silver Surfer, Thanos, a couple similarities. They both had the power of cosmic. A little different. Silver Surfer, he was created from the celestial god Galactus. You might know him, you might not. You look him up. Anyway, I'm going to pass it over to...
So, and the reason why Thanos and Silver Surfer fall into the same category is because they're both tremendously powerful strength-wise to begin with, but anything beyond that, they have to use their power cosmic to augment it. So it's not raw strength. This list is raw strength,
brute force,
arm wrestling kind of thing with no mumbo-jumbo.
With the hand-to-hand combat.
Making it better. Otherwise, Galactus would be number 1 on this list. That's not the list we're talking about.
We're talking about just pure raw strength.
Along that same train of thought, Ghost Rider. I know a lot of people don't think of him as a powerhouse, but he's... You
gotta actually know the comics if you're gonna understand where our premise on this.
He's shown tremendous feats of strength, literally ripping down buildings, but it's not raw strength. He starts off really strong, but anything beyond that, he has to pull on his mystical devil powers and augment his natural strength. So that's why they're honorable mentions.
Next on the list, we have the Submariner, a.k.a. Namor. Basically the Marvel version of Aquaman. Now, on land, he is super strong. Underwater, even more so. He's gone toe-to-toe with the Hulk. But if you're dealing with the Hulk, you're going to have to deal with certain levels. For Submariner, he'd probably be able to take maybe a level 1, maybe a level 2 if you're on a good day. But anything...
Hulk.
And yeah, we're talking about if he's going against...
strictly underwater. That's his tagline. He's almost as strong as the Hulk underwater. Okay, great. We'll take your word for it, Neymar. But that's underwater, and that's...
not where Hulk lives.
Yeah, and it's still a level 1 Hulk. So
it really is.
Next on our list is... I don't even know if this guy's around anymore, but in the 70s and 80s, Sasquatch from Alpha Flight. He's gone toe-to-toe with the Hulk and the Wendigo and...
Toe-to-toe.
Yeah.
And what you might not know is Sasquatch, he has shown tremendous amounts of strength. He is, what is it? He's pulled out full-on destroyers and, carriers right out of the ocean, only 2 hands. And those things weigh hundreds of tons.
Yeah, I've thrown 747s with his bare hands. very strong, but it didn't take him, 10 minutes into a fight with the Hulk before he realized he was out of his league. So, next on the list, you want to do that one?
All right, so next on the list, we got a classic. We got the Emil Blonsky. We got the Abomination, first generation. We got the big, and now you're probably thinking you know him from the movie. That is not what he looks like. He doesn't look like a giant green
Lizard.
Whatever that is. He's basically a lizard, but he's got scales, he's got claws, he's got the whole, Spock thing going on.
With the three-fingered hands.
What are you going to do? And so, yeah, he's shown tremendous amounts. He'd gone toe-to-toe with the Hulk on numerous occasions in numerous multiverse scenarios.
He's actually stronger than the Hulk right when the Hulk changes. So,
he's probably in the mid-level, in between level 1 and 2. So he's probably a 1.5 maybe. And right when he first changes, yeah, sure, he'll knock him out. He'll give him a good round 1. Round 2 comes, he's already in China. That's how far the Hulk smacks Abomination.
All right. Next one on our list is, this guy is not really known for being a powerhouse, but he has gone toe-to-toe with powerhouses. He's fought Juggernaut. He's fought, I know it's not in the same universe, but Superman and Venom.
Oh, man, you do not want to go toe-to-toe with Venom, depending on who you are. Because, basically, he's a symbiote. He is a hybrid. He creates hybrids. He can transform you and take control of your body. He'll make you go insane. He'll make you do things you thought you never would do. Say Venom, from the Spider-Man series, how he gets the black suit and all, and he goes on to, what was his name? Who was Venom's original host? Can't believe I'm drawing a blank. Anyway, we'll get back to that. Basically,
I'm drawing a blank too. What the hell?
Flash Johnson? No.
No.
Flash. No, that's.
Flash.
Flash Gordon was.
Flash Thompson is who he's on right now, with looking like a mercenary, Punisher ripoff. Holy crap, Gwen!
Bing it.
What's Venom's real name?
Let me look it up.
Can't believe I'm drawing a blank on this.
Look up who his original host was. Okay, so moving aside from that, basically he is able to take control of your body and access your ability, whether you're Abomination, whether you're Luke Cage, Doctor Strange. I think I've seen a couple I think I've seen a couple series where he's taking control of Ghost Rider on certain, circumstances, and he's able to take control of you, take control of your power, and then turn it against others.
Yeah, and then all that being said, one I like Venom, but I don't. It's never really explained how he can take a blow from Thor's hammer or get hit in the side of the head by Hulk and not move.
They don't really go into detail on that.
Yeah, but he has shown feats of strength, so he's on our list.
Next on our list, we got the almighty Hercules. And we're talking about the Marvel version of Hercules, not the Dwayne Johnson ripoff, which we all know is crap. Basically. And as well as other god...
I think that's actually based on the fable of Hercules, loosely. Well, but yes, that's crap. Marvel did it better than the ancient Greeks.
And we're also talking about other Greek godlike figures. Not so much Greek, but also God.
We're putting Hercules in the same category as
Ares,
Gilgamesh, Balder the Brave, all the Asgardians and Greek gods. Yeah, they're all super strong. Hercules is supposedly the strongest, but he's consistently been shoved aside by the Thors of the world and the Hulks and
Captain America lovers and everyone basically.
Yeah, he's strong, but he's not the strongest. I don't know. Maybe it's because he's only half god or something. But
demigod. It's supposed to be better.
The next couple I'm just noticing, aren't really in order.
That's very true. We should have organized this more.
Yeah.
But hey, first video we're gonna do. Anyway, so want to go next on the list? I'll let you take this one.
Next one we have is Red Hulk. He's a newer character.
I got the name.
All right, we got
line.
Let's cut.
It's Eddie Brock.
Eddie.
I told you.
No, you. Oh, stop it! I told you it was Eddie Brock.
Okay, Red Hulk. He's been what, around 7-8 years, something like that now.
Really?
5,
I was thinking 4,
4,
maybe 3,
something like that.
We'll fact check later.
He's kicked the Hulk's ass. He's kicked Thor's ass. He's kicked Iron Man's ass.
Interesting fact: he was actually able to take control of Thor's hammer. With an interesting fact, the Red Hulk, he's actually got some brains on his side because he was able to literally beat Thor with his own hammer. Interesting fact: what he did, he was able to take Thor while he was holding the hammer and jump into outer space. Space, no gravity, and being whether you're worthy or not, you can move something if there's no gravity to hold it down to something. So he was able to beat the hell out of him with his own Mjolnir.
He lawyered Odin on his own little curse. Yeah. Yeah, but, you know, he's beaten the Silver Surfer in, that one series where Silver Surfer, Doctor Strange, Hulk, and Namor fight.
The Offenders, the Defenders and the Offenders.
Yeah.
Great series. I recommend reading it to any of you comic book fans out there if you haven't already.
So, but he doesn't seem to. He's a lower level Hulk, if nothing else. And Hulk, once he figured out, I just need to level up to 3. I'm gonna kick your ass.
Yeah. Because Red Hulk, I put him in at level 3 for regular Hulk. Although he has an interesting, not so much like ability, so much as just odd. Okay, so with your regular Green Hulk, you get madder, you get stronger. For the Red Hulk, he has an interesting case. What happens with him, he gets madder, he literally becomes physically hotter. Meaning he'll turn sand to glass, he will melt metal. It doesn't make sense how having that ability in going against others. I mean, I guess, if you're going up against, like...
It's like driving a race car that just overheats the faster it goes. It doesn't seem like a very
useful
a plan with a lot of longevity to it.
Yeah.
So he's tough.
No doubt about it.
But he's not one of the big ones because we've got 5 others that
could go town to town.
I think are better.
Although we might have a little controversy right there.
I'm going to rearrange. Go ahead and do the next one.
All right, so next we got on the list, we got the Doc Samson of the group. Now, a lot of you comic fans out there should know he was exposed to gamma radiation such as the Hulk, much lower dosage. He went from being a scrawny little white professor to being a muscular...
green-haired psychiatrist.
Yeah. Basically a Captain America who just stayed in his field of expertise.
Okay, and Doc Samson, there's a certain canon of comics that after a while, people's taglines, they have to stick. Wolverine, he's the best there is at what he does.
No doubt.
That's after a while, after 2-3 decades of saying that, you have to go with that is true. He is the best at what he does. Okay. Doc Samson's tagline is, "I'm almost as strong as the Hulk," and he's been saying that for 35 damn years. So
it doesn't necessarily make it true, though.
No, that's what I'm just saying. It does make it true. It has to.
Oh man, things I say as I say them. What are you gonna do? Anyway, so he. Honestly, I haven't.
You didn't just listen to what I just said.
I was only in and out, honest to God. Anyway, so.
He's almost as strong as the Hulk. Blah. There. He's kind of a boring character, but we had to put him on the list.
Yeah, he's got strength. He's just not one of the big dogs.
Next one is
Iron Man, but he is limited. He is limited, such as other superheroes, by the amount of tech he has at his disposal. If you look at Kang the Conqueror, if you look at, like I said, Iron Man, they are only as strong as their technological...
Doctor Doom, all those people that rely on an exoskeleton of some type.
Mine's different.
The reason why he's on this list, he makes strong exoskeletons. We've seen him actually battle that one comic where he's taking on Megatron, and that...
Oh, that was a good series.
Yeah, so... But it's short-lived, the Hulkbuster,
it depends on who they're going against, really, because you've got the Thor Buster, you've got the Hulk Buster, you've got that one, I forget what it was called, but he made it out of the same metal as Mjolnir.
The Destroyer armor.
Yeah, the Destroyer armor. What was it?
That was the Thor Buster.
That wasn't Thor Buster. I thought that was different.
No, Thor Buster is made out of the Destroyer armor.
Oh, I thought that was a different one.
No.
Oh, I would have made that Hulk Buster.
Should make it out of adamantium.
I really should.
Then Hulk wouldn't bust it. Every time he busts it out.
As rich as Tony Stark is, you'd think he'd be able to get his hands on some adamantium.
Mm-hmm.
As rich as he is, he's the Batman of Marvel. He's got bucks.
So yeah, but he's limited to what his suit can do. He's kind of a powerhouse, but he's not one of the powerhouses.
No doubt about it. He's basically one of those kids who okay, he's a 10-year-old wearing a leather jacket, just having watched Grease.
Good analogy.
Thank you. I just made that out too. But yeah, basically he thinks he's one of the top, but he's really not.
Okay. The next two on our list, I have them both in the same category because they both have interesting powers. Colossus and the Thing from the Fantastic Four and Colossus from the X-Men.
All right, now this was a tough one because, personally, you have to take Okay, when you're making this list of the strongest, you have to take personal affections towards that character out of the picture because then it's going to cloud your judgment and you're going to start saying, like, Colossus is better than Hulk. You don't want to do that because you're trying to stay as factual as you can and
based on what's in the comic. I know screwy things happen in cartoons and
movies,
but we're trying to base all this on the comic books. So why you know what? In
certain comics I've seen personally, Colossus is strong enough to move the literal Earth. So he was able to use the blob, can't move him, so move what's under him. He was able to take a pole that was strong enough to hold the blob where he was and then just move the entire Earth hundreds of feet, which in space is really nothing. Hundreds of feet below him, so that way the blob, he didn't move. It was in the.
That don't sound right.
No, it was. I swear to Jesus.
I've seen him.
You have the comic. It was the Days of Future Past. He said it himself.
Okay, we're just gonna agree.
We're gonna fact check this and get back to you. So we'll let you know. We'll have a little sequel to this part. Because I know I'm right about this.
I'm formally protesting that scenario.
Denied.
But, okay.
Anyway, now.
And why? Okay, Thing and Colossus, they both have the potential to be on our strongest list and outpace what we deemed were the top 5. Because both of them, it's documented that the older they get, the stronger they get.
They're basically Superman. The older they get, the stronger they get.
And both get larger and stronger. So
now for the Thing, he doesn't age when he's in his rock form. Neither does Colossus. And interesting fact, Colossus, when he is in his colossal form, he is basically immortal. He doesn't need to breathe. He doesn't need to eat. Doesn't need to sleep. He's basically, what would you say? He's basically
immortal.
Yeah, he's basically an immortal badass. And
Thing does need to breathe and eat, but
sleep.
He doesn't age. And it's also documented that the Thing from the future has come back, and he's twice as strong as Thing of the current.
Yeah,
continuum.
And in one of the comics we were discussing, he lives to be around over 3,000 years old.
So, So maybe if we come back and do this list in 1,000 years, they're at the top of the list. So
no doubt about it. But next on the list we have Black Bolt.
Yeah, he didn't know too much about him.
I honestly don't. There are few on this list I know few about, but being the case, I'm going to pass this off to my main man, the big guy, Big Show.
He's a semi-obscure character, the leader of the Inhumans.
Basically, he could whisper and you'd go deaf.
Yeah, or yell and destroy a planet. Okay, and he can somehow transmute that power into physical strength.
How he does it, we have no idea. It's a comic book. What are you going to do?
Yeah, so he's strong. But I'm tying it back to the Silver Surfer Thanos Ghost Rider. Yeah, you're strong, but you have
to be able to have brute force without allowing some outside force to enhance your physical strength.
Yeah, it's like driving a Mustang and then you're like, oh no, but now I have nitrous. I don't know. It's just not.
It's not.
It's not your norm. So.
Now on to our top 5.
Remember, he's the bottom.
I know. Now, on to our top 5. We're going to go in, what was the order? What was it called? You're going to go from what's that? What armor?
It's a higher number but lower rank.
I know it is.
So we're going in ascending order.
Ascending order, thank you. I could not think of that to save my life. So we're going to be going in ascending order with 5 being at the top, 5 being a higher number but a lower rank, and then we're going to move all the way up to 1 lower number, best rank in the business, bitch. So first, number 5 on the list, we have the Gladiator. Personally, I don't know too much about this character, but being from a main man, The Big Show, I've heard he's pretty tough. I mean, he's got his strength. I'm gonna pass it over so he can tell you more about it.
The Gladiator, another obscure character, the head of the Shi'ar security force.
You're gonna want to look these up if you don't know what we're talking about.
He's gone toe to toe with Thor, with Colossus, Hulk, and his strength is based on his self-confidence, which sounds kind of like one of the gayest powers I could think of. But
in actuality, that would be a pretty interesting power. So basically, say you're a player. Player has to have confidence. The more confidence you have, the more game you're going to have. So you have the more confidence, the more stronger you're going to be. In actuality, that actually is a pretty decent power.
So this guy, again, I don't like him. He's not mainstream, but the feats of strength that he's done put him above all these other people because it's natural.
It's very impressive.
It's not, power cosmically charged and whatnot.
You don't have some godly outside force allowing you to enhance yourself.
Yeah, his origin, he was a Superman ripoff, basically. He's got super speed, telescopic vision, freeze breath, flight. I've seen him tow, starships. And that's the kind of masses that he can move, and it's natural strength. He was born with it, but he's a deviant, or not deviant, eternal?
Oh.
Shit, I'm drawing a blank. But,
what are you trying to say?
There's a race. There's deviants and eternals, and so he's somehow tied to one of those.
Yeah. So, all right. You want to go next on the list, or you want to continue?
No, let's just go on. We're
right.
22 minutes into this, so.
All right. Well, we're gonna edit it, so we'll be like maybe 15. All right. So next on the list, we got big, bad, unstoppable. We got the Juggernaut.
Juggernaut.
Interesting enough, what was the stone he uses?
The Crimson Gem of Sidorak is what gave him his powers. He is unstoppable. You cannot physically damage him. He's immensely powerful and strong.
He is stepbrother to the well-known Professor X of the X-Men, clearly. And one interesting fact, anyone who has this Crimson Gem can become Colossus. It's happened. I said Colossus. Interesting enough. I didn't mean to say that. But yes, Colossus does eventually get the the gem, and he becomes twice as strong. And Juggernaut, Kane Marco, is the original. He's the OG of Juggernauts.
Yeah, so whoever holds the gem becomes a Juggernaut. And yes, during the World War, I believe it was World War Hulk or the Avengers versus X-Men, somehow
in one of those
King Marco transferred the gem to Colossus, and then they're whatever. One guy, it's like they have dual custody, and one of them gets it on the weekends. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. In our little system that we're doing, our ranking, it's the original Juggernaut. So
we're always going with OG of whoever we're going with. You got to go with OG because you can never beat an original. I don't care if ands and buts about it. It just can't happen. You can try, but in the end, original's always going to come out on top.
You're just posing. Don't be a poser.
Exactly. Don't be a ripoff. Don't be a ripoff. Why would you do that?
Okay. Third on the list.
Now I know we're gonna have some controversial comments in below, but we put Thor number 3 on our list, top strongest.
Because going back to the taglines, Thor has said that every feat of strength that he's ever shown in the comic book, fighting Hulk, fighting Galactus, all that stuff, he's only actually using a third of his strength for fear of killing mortals. So, take
out that fear. Like he said, you're only using 1/3 of your strength. Imagine how strong you'd be if you're using the whole of your strength. Not only would you be able to more than likely take on, say, Hulk, you wouldn't be able to go with that Galactus because he could just not even a thought, and then you're gone. But you take away that fear of killing mortals, you are immensely more powerful. Just not even comprehensible of how strong you are compared to us.
Yeah, so Thor he's kicked the crap out of the Gladiator. He's knocked the shit out of the Juggernaut. Come close to beating pretty much everyone on our list at some point in his career. Yeah, Danos, Silver Surfer.
Yeah, he's kind of...
yeah, pretty much all of
them. No doubt he can take out Iron Man.
Oh yeah, Iron Man's his bitch. Which reminds me, we have a bitch section after our top 5.
No doubt about it. This, on how long this video is, probably gonna have to make into our own little separate, maybe a little short 5-minute or so video. But yeah, we have our bitch category, so please, we're gonna put a little description right there where my face is, all this face. If you want to see more bitches, click on my face. So, number 2 on our list of top strongest, we have the Sentry. He is another Superman ripoff, but he's got his strength. He's gone toe to toe with the Hulk more than once. I mean, he's able to hold his own.
And the only reason he's obscure, I know he's becoming more popular in the last couple of years, but
for some reason
he was just. And I've read his origin. They placed him in the comics, acting like he's always been there. So that's why I don't know if you're watching comic book videos on YouTube, you probably know who the freaking Sentry is. But if you're an old school comic book guy, you're gonna who the hell's that? And I'm like,
thank you, by the way. If you're an old school comic book, you more than likely should know who he is, unless you're trying to keep up with modern comic books these days. I don't know what's happening to him, but
yeah. So they plopped him in the middle of the Avengers and acted like he'd always been there. So why he's number 2 is because during the World War Hulk series, he was the only one that could compete against the World Breaker Hulk.
Which, in my opinion, is just, like I said, my personal opinion, which I should probably not mention, but personally, I don't think there's anyone physically on the same level as World Breaker Hulk. But I got to take that personal, feelings towards that and just, get rid of them. Mm-hmm. We got to stick to facts.
So, he supposedly has the power of a billion exploding suns, which...
I don't even know how you calculate the strength of that.
What kind of sun? Red dwarfs, red supergiants, white dwarfs, blue...
supernovas, or what?
Yeah, so it's kind of a stupid power, but... He's working it. He's doing his thing.
He can rock it.
And of course, the big wah moment on this list, because we've been talking about him the whole fucking time.
No doubt. Number 1 on the list, strongest. You guess it. He is the biggest, the baddest, the meanest, the greenest. He is the incredible mother bleeping Hulk.
Yes, the Incredible Hulk.
He's got
matter he gets, stronger he gets.
He's got so many levels, and they're still building. He could be World Breaker Hulk. You piss him off even more. Even stronger. You think he's done? Even stronger.
Mm-hmm. His strength does not have a limit.
He is limitless. Watch that movie with Bradley Cooper. It's not that bad.
It's limited to only how angry he can get. But
that's also
in the
unlimited.
second Secret Wars, the Beyonder actually looked inside the Hulk and said, "Your anger does not have a limit. It's infinite." So
he literally just said, "You are unlimitless. You cannot be stopped."
So,
and that's from the Beyonder. He goes beyond. Hence his name.
The one after this. This is the first one.
That's what's up. I don't know if you can read this, but if you can, it says Secret Wars. Read it if you haven't. You should. It's a great series.
Okay, so now let's real quickly go through our little bitch. We only got 4 more that are. They bug me for being powerhouses.
They think they're, like I said, like I made the Grease reference. 10-year-old, leather jacket, just watch Grease. That's who these people are. That's why they think they're badass.
Since we've only been talking about men on this list, I figured our first bitch
should be a literal bitch.
Fucking She-Hulk. She is not a powerhouse.
No doubt. I mean, she's strong, but she thinks she's stronger than she actually is.
In the Secret Wars series, she gets punked by the Wrecking Crew, which is
basically 3 construction workers who have super strength.
Yeah, some guy with a crowbar kicked her ass.
Some guy with a wrecking ball. And no, not the wrecking ball from the song. It was crap.
Colossus has tossed her around like a bitch.
Get out of here, bitch. That's literally what he said. He was like, get out of here, bitch.
All right, I'm going to go to him next.
Good.
Okay. Our next guy, he's such a bitch. I don't even know if he's in comic books anymore.
Honestly, I've never heard of this next
Fucking
character.
Wonder Man.
And no,
from
we're
the
not,
Avengers.
And no, we are not saying Wonder Woman. We are saying Wonder Man.
He's a guy that didn't even want to be a superhero. He's supposedly charged with ionic energy, however the fuck that makes you strong. Okay.
No one knows. Because it doesn't make sense.
Up until the 90s, he wore the gayest red collared coat, sport jacket, looking like a pedophile.
And now we have our surprise guest, Little Miss Sparkles. Look at that face. Oh, I'm sorry. Come on, baby. Come on.
She's camera shy.
Come on. You know you love that. Oh, come on. Oh, it's okay. You're camera shy. No, she's not for sale. All you perverts out there. She's our little pussycat.
Have her for free. I'll ship her in the mail tomorrow.
You're a meanie.
Alright, so we're gonna let our little pussycat here roam free. Go on, you girl. Alright.
Sure. Which bitch should we do next?
Well, we got one of two. We got the...
Well, don't name them.
Of course, I'm not gonna name them. I'm not
Just pick one and
Fine.
talk about how he's a bitch.
We're gonna go with the indestructible, supposedly, Luke Cage. Now,
Oh, Christ.
hey, you said pick a bitch. And apparently...
Look, I know there's not a lot of black superheroes.
And we're not being racist, so
But you don't need to...
Don't give crap.
This guy came out in the 70s, okay.
Honestly, God, I've only ever seen him in 5 comic series. 5.
And now he's supposedly... I know, they're having to force feed us a black superhero. It's
Apparently, Obama...
It is forced. He's not as tough as...
He thinks.
He thinks, and everybody else apparently thinks. He's gotten his ass kicked by Spider-Man, okay? He gets his ass kicked by everybody. Okay,
Literally
fine, you've got
everyone.
impenetrable skin, but...
That doesn't matter. We can kick your ass other ways. We can bitch slap you to the sun.
Yes. He
Have
is
fun.
not a powerhouse. He's not in the same ballpark as freaking Thor.
That's just
not
a
even
lie.
the same ballpark as the Hercules and the Red Hulks of the world.
Honestly, I don't even think he's on the same level as, let's say... Who do we... Wow, there's no one on here that has his same level.
Yeah.
Everyone in here, they're on like level 6. This Luke Cage, I'd give him a level 2. And that's being generous.
Okay, we're back.
So continuing with...
Technical difficulties. We got one more to get out.
We apologize. And now, last on the list of number 4, bitch, we
Okay,
have...
wait. I wanted to tie in the fact that this guy was also on our honorable mentions list. Because
That is actually a good point.
depending on, the storyline or the
Which
what's going
origin
on.
you're going with, it all
Yeah.
depends. But more than likely, we're going to go with the invincible Iron Neon.
Yes. This guy has gotten bitched by
Everyone. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, Magneto.
Oh, no doubt, maybe.
The Hulk. Every Hulk. Wolverine.
Wolverine go town.
Who else has kicked his ass? It's like...
I'm sure if they were to do a crossover, Plastic Man, if you don't know him, look him up. Plastic Man would kick his ass.
Because when his shit fails,
Everything
it fails. Okay, he's when Human Torch melts your shit,
You're dead.
You're dead. You're cool, but coolness is not going to save your butt most of the time unless you're Batman, and that's a whole other universe.
That really is. You can rock your leather jacket all you want, 10-year-old kid, but it ain't going to help you in a fight.
Yes.
You can talk the talk, but you got to be able to walk the walk.
Iron Man, a lot of the times, is that kid that just never lives up to his potential. Everyone thought he was going to be a doctor, and now he's working at 7-Eleven. He just always, he can't make it all the time. So he's cool sometimes and very uncool other times. So there's our list.
Right.
We are right.
We are.
Okay.
We
And
can
don't
back
argue.
these up with facts, and if you think you have other superheroes you'd like to see on the next top 5, email.
Let's do smartest next time.
Okay, yeah, for the next video we're going to do smartest, so if you got a hero or villain...
Shorter lists.
Yeah. Alright, so if you got a villain or hero you think is the smartest, comment in the links, comment below. Thank you for a little R&R, and...
That's what we're calling the show.
Yeah,
R&R.
we should probably open with that next time. But yeah, thank you for...
So, all right. Thanks for watching. If there's an advertisement on this video, click it, or subscribe, or share it on your MySpace and Friendster and
Instagram.
Nobody has MySpace.
I know. That's why I say it, because they're going, oh my God, he's so old. He thinks MySpace is still a thing.
So please mention us to all your friends on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever the hell is out there these days. Vine, I don't even know. Kick, whatever the hell that is. Anyways,
You
yeah.
know what you do.
And if you also have any other bitches you'd like to see us talk about next time, what is it? Link on my face. If you want to see more bitches, click my face right here. If you want to see more...
I don't know how to do that. So you're saying that? No, I don't know how to put a
Warren
link.
knows how to do it.
Okay,
It's
all
like
right.
an annotation
Get
thing.
out of here. And yeah, thank you for the annotation. I could not think that word to say my face. Anyway, so yeah, if you want to see our next video, please click in the little square in the other R's face right there. So you got
Just say bye.
Goodbye.
You're acting like a girl right now. Jesus Christ. Just say bye.
Share it on
Peace.
Instagram.